All right, now we're going to take a look at making graphs using just a simple table of values. So we know how to make tables quickly now. You know, if we didn't have something like this, you could make it very quickly. You could choose, you know, even just 0 and 1 and use the autofill to drag and fill in a table. Okay, if you didn't like that scale, maybe you wanted to go 0 and 10, 20. Don't type them all in, just autofill. This maybe is a time distance. So something starts 15 meters away, and then after 10 seconds, it is now 18 meters away. Really, those 2 points is enough to populate your table, right? If that's the only information you knew, was that, you know, it started at 15 meters away at time 0, and then 10 seconds later it was 18 meters away. You can auto-populate and it will fill using the pattern recognize. However, of course, there's a different way, and let's say we had something like a total cost that depends on people. So maybe this is an event where they charge some kind of flat fee here, right, of $92, even if no people were to attend. And then for each person attending, it is $40 extra. How do we know it's $40 here? Okay, you could find the, you know, first differences between each of these is plus 40, or you could look up here at the formula bar because this one has a formula. So this is an event that costs $40 per person, while D2 is the number of people. The next row, D3 is the number of people. So $40 times one person plus the initial fee of 92. And it's the same way all the way down. $40 times the number of people is 92. Now this would make a graph. You can select all of that and turn it into a chart. And look at that chart. That chart is great as a line. The default is line chart. Now it could be a scatter plot, but we can tell that this is linear and that it would intersect. Let's just keep that line there. And you can see where, you know, the initial value, when there's 0 people attending, that is a 92 right there. There's one chart created from the total cost versus the number of people attending an event. Now, what if we didn't want to make it just for 8 people, because this is a rather large event. We want to have it so that it's going up by 20s, right? So this 0 to 20, okay, now these are much bigger numbers, obviously, $40 per person, and it's, you know, the going up by 20s. Look at that. Our chart got updated, still $92 down there, but when you increase, slope is the same, it's $40 per person. Here's one more example. This is a bank account that had $500 in it initially, and then it went down to $460 after 2 weeks, and then $420, and so on. So how did we get this? Is just by choosing the first 2 and auto-populating, right? Dragging it down, and it will fill in. But what would be the formula here? What is the equation that would give us those same answers? Here, you know, in week 0, at the very initial start, this person had $500 in their bank, and they've been taking out $40 every 2 weeks. Well, let's start with an equation. Equals $500 take away to 40 every 2 weeks, so that means it's 20 per week. So 20 times the number of weeks. That's 500, and then when I drag that formula down one, or copy and paste it below, right, it's 20 times 2 weeks. Right? They've taken out 40. So bring that down, and you'll see that the numbers all stay the same. turn this into a graph. Choose the cells you want, insert, chart. Either method is fine. And now we have a negative slope line. Just change some colors here to keep it different. So here, an initial starting balance of 500, and then all the points, right? And after 12 weeks, the bank account is 260. After 4 weeks, it's still $420, but it's going down over time. So how long until it gets to 0? And that's it. That's making graphs using tables, big spreadsheet tables like this, or very small little T-tables that you can make a table very quickly and represent information in a table, an equation, right? Like this equation here, y equals mx plus b, or a graph.